Hey guys, this is NitroBex, and I have a device review today. That's right, I do these from time to time. The device is going to be on the Foggatti T22. Before you get excited, it's not the real one. It's from Fasttech. So let's look at the prices. So all in one unit. $35.57 free ship. Wait 2 months. Okay. Now in all fairness, I did order during the Chinese New Year, so it took me a bit of time. I have slightly modified this, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Let's check out the vape. Flavor's going to be better than average, but yeah, overall this is going to be a grumpy review. You didn't get a weekly what the fuck this week, so grumpy review time. Let's start taking the thing apart as much as I'm willing to do. So first thing we're going to look at is the switch design. Now, the switch does function. I haven't had a misfire, but one thing that does really bother me about it is I don't see any insulation in there. It does have holes. Those holes do go all the way through. It does pass air. It's a little clicky. Does that even matter? No. The button works. It has a good positive feel to it. Now we get to the locking ring. I sat here and I tried to twist this locking ring. That's not how you lock it. What you do to lock this mod is you got to lift up on that knurling and then twist a little bit. Now the problem is once it's locked, you still can press the button some. It does not fire, but in your pocket, it's going to slide and unlock itself. Overall, not digging the switch. Okay. The drip tip. It's a drip tip. I guess it looks okay with the mod. It is super skinny. Like, just to compare it, here's the drip tip on my keg cap. Yeah, this drip tip I can put inside the bore of my other drip tip. Drip tip on top of my K-Fun. Doesn't quite fit inside, but yeah. Could have used a little wider bore drip tip. I am using an eFest 18350 that I supplied. This did not come with it. Okay, so now comes the next fun thing. That up there is the adjustment for the battery. And no, the tube doesn't come off. So you have to take a long hex key. As you see, that's not a screw. That's a hex key. You have to take a long hex key and get in there and adjust it. Not a fan of that design. The tank section looks kind of cool. It's kind of reminiscent of a K-Fun style tank where you have some tank below and some tank above it. Yes. It's got O-rings on it that are weird. I'm not going to disassemble the tank. The tank you can pull out, and you have to pull this long pin out. Let's get into the top cap design. Now, it does have a reduced air chamber top cap, which is really nice. The stock air hole, I barely could fit my blowgun dart through, so I had to drill it out. Now we come down to where this mod just like absolutely loses it for me. You have a non-spring-loaded center post with a washer on it that loves to give you hot top legs with an Allen key fitting that you can dual wick. Now we run into an issue because you might be seeing this dot right there. That's the air hole. And when you put your top cap on, you have to line up the air hole on the top cap with that and that's what you suck your air through. So if I'm off just a little bit, I'm getting no air at all, period. And if I were to put a second wick in there, so there's my air hole, you can see it. If I spin it over to the other side, yeah, there's no second air hole. So you're going to have two wicks with no airflow. That's a major design flaw. Now, the negative post on this, which is screwed in down here, is also a hex key. Now, when I hold it like this, you might realize the other problem I have with this deck. Yes, your negative post is below the deck lid in that little bit of expansion spot for your chamber. Yeah, so you get no tools down in there, period. Tools don't fit. So you kind of have to wrap and pray. Yeah, so that's the teardown of the mod. Let's go over to vape experience. I have this one built at 1.2 ohms since I am on an 18350. In your hand, it's an awesome size, a nice little stealth vape. Now, if you choke up on the mod too much like I do, aligning the air hole if you're wondering what I'm doing, so I can actually get some vape through it. If you choke up on the mod too much like I do, so like my hand is right there on the window, if I roll it around to the back side, if I go up about 2 millimeters, I cover up my air hole and get no air. So that's piss poor design. Can't fit a stainless steel cable in it. So I have to put up with the wicking off of stainless steel mesh or something else that I don't necessarily like. Yeah, from taking off my top cap, I now have a hot spot. This bitch is finicky. And finicky is an understatement. There's my hotspot. Fixing the hotspot. Okay, got the hotspots fixed. Line up the thing. Adjust the airflow. Retighten the tank that I just unscrewed. Okay, I'm ready to vape. Putting on. Okay, we're done with this mod for now. I'll continue talking about it though. Putting on the top cap changed my wick position, which caused a hot spot. Now, sorry, this is one of my cloud chasing rigs. I know what you're going to say. It's only $35. What did I expect for $35? I expected something that would perform like two Nemesis clones from Fasttech, as they're like $15. I apparently was wrong. For the money, if you're going to drop $35 and wait the month it's going to take to get from Fasttech, do yourself a favor. Do not consider this mod. Get yourself a Nemi setup and get a cheap Addy to go with it. It might not be a hybrid, but it's going to perform a whole hell of a lot better. I much rather have a Nemesis hybrid, a Nemesis mod with a Chimbus dripper on top of it from Fasttech, which would have been cheaper than this, and I could have ran bigger batteries in it and sub-ohmed. Yeah. End of the day, you know I'm going to have to give this one a letter grade. And if I can't make it through the whole review vaping what I'm reviewing, many other good choices from Fasttech, avoid this one like the plague. See you next time.